have inspired, trained, and deployed. Thank you. Your hands build this. Your heart sustain this. Your belief fuel the future. And to those yet to encounter the global cluster, we say, come, be rooted, rise with us, and be relevant in your generation. This is more than an anniversary. This is a resurrection of hope. This is the global clusters. This is all of us together with unwavering love and leadership. I want to say this. We believe the global cluster is the solution we are all waiting for in Nigeria and in Africa. My brother, Amazu Buko, said something to me. He said, my brother, do you know everything starts from thought process? Everything. He said, even the world starts from thought process. And he said, when we say we are third world nation and we are third world continent, it means we have a lot of room for development. We have a lot of room to become number one. So as the vision of the global clusters, we believe if we all come together to add our own positive change into this nation, we will all have a beautiful Federal Republic of Nigeria and we'll have a United States of Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Round of applause for the global president. Thank you so much for all you do, sir. You are a blessing to humanity, and we are glad to have you, sir. Please keep it up. Don't look back. We are all here to support you. And by God's will, the global clusters is actually to the world. Thank you so much, sir. A round of applause for the global clusters.
It still is an honor to have such young people like Dr. Botmas acknowledge the fact that I was one of his professional moms. And it was exciting, and it still is. The relationship is more than 20 years. He really is an older brother to my son, Amazu Buko, who's here. And I thank God for his life. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols already observed. I've already talked to you. This is our 1-year anniversary, the celebration of the global cluster. This is a milestone. It is not just a reflection of the time past. It is actually fluent. It is a celebration of a vision, and we are a part of it. A mission advancing and a momentum that is gaining. At the center of this, we know is, once again, Dr. Sometimes they get so funny. I still refer to him as Kuli Botmas, a global enterprise leader, developer, public speaker, facilitator, and goodwill ambassador. And it's with this, he has committed his whole life. He's very unassuming. He's impacted more than 10,000 young people. As at one point, we have the licenses to do the SAT, the TOEFL, the GMAT, and all the external exams in Nigeria. As he also established his company from First New Generation, the Goodmus Learning Center is still in existence, so are we. And so, without further ado, I do want to present him. He doesn't know. I'm going to present him with an award and also the globe. Can we come? Can you stand up so I'm going to take pictures? The momentum has started. Wow. Please, let's keep clapping. Let's keep it clapping. Dr. Seyi Makinde, you're welcome. world. You cannot change the world, but you can present the world with one improved person, such as he. You can work on yourself to become the kind of person you admire and respect. You can become a role model and set standards for others. You can control and discipline yourself to resist acting or speaking in a negative way. You can keep your mind calm and positive by thinking kind and loving thoughts about others. And he rightly deserved this globe today. Thank you. Everyone here, everyone that's online, we want to thank you so much. Another round of applause. Look at this mommy still taking care of him. Thank you, too funny. Thank you so much. Anything you want to say, son? It was a surprise. We had no idea.
I'm really overwhelmed. I didn't this coming at all. I went together yesterday. I didn't know that my mom is planning this. I want to say thank you. I want to thank God for your life. For she has not only raised me, I have seen people that were processed admission for free, which she paid for. I can remember Patrick Iyari, he's a big engineer in the United States today. A boy from a boy from Shokule here, and mommy said, let's pay for the GRE, let's pay for this. We did it, and the boy went to West Virginia University, graduate assistant school, and so many others. There are so many people that have come, and she has been doing this. That is her personality. You will not know that a lot of people think she's like 35 years old or something, but the energy is there.
I'll be 70 on my next birthday. So you have that. She's going to be 10, and she's been doing so well. I bless the day my path crossed your path, and you showed me how to live, and it's the thing that you showed to me that good people like this have seen in me. They said, okay, we will stand by you, don't worry. We have seen you, we see your intention, we see that you have a clear intention and you want to do the right thing. Mistakes can come, but don't worry, we'll got you. And I want to thank everybody for coming by. I want to thank those online. I want to thank everyone that has made this possible. You get to know she practically sponsored the whole of the program. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't know what to say. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mommy.
We do have another award. Yes, one to a young lady who, yes, you can read. Okay, we have another award. She's going to be surprised as well. Her birthday is actually today. Don't go anywhere, anybody.
All right, we have another wonderful award for someone. I won't mention the name yet. She is a visionary creative director at Africana Beauty in Fashion House, renowned for showcasing stunning designs at Lagos Fashion Week. With a background in theatre arts from the University of Ibadan and further education at TDC Lagos Business School, she brings a unique blend of creativity and business acumen to the industry. Having honored her craft as makeup and costume design manager at Terra Culture for 3 years. She has gathered international recognition, including features in CNN World News, CNN Africa, the Day newspaper, and Belta Nigeria. As a winner of the Ocean and Premier Best Designer of the Year Award. And ladies and gentlemen, let me unveil her. Itunu Omolara Bamidele. Itunu continues to dazzle with her artistry, weaving magic into every thread and stroke. Ladies and gentlemen, this special recognition goes to Itunu Omolara.
young lady has been unrecognized in Nigeria. I don't know all the names that others think about when they think about fashion, but I want you to know if you go to YouTube, you look at a young child's wedding, Nike Nicole and Chuck Wapak got married on May 24th, and she donated my wedding dress. And that is the wedding dress. And you know what she did? She actually sold it and then said, Mommy, I'm giving it to you for free. It's still short. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Woo. Come on, let's join them to say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. This is our first year, and this is our first class meeting. Next year will be someone else. Again, it's about empowerment.
Congratulations.
My path crossed. I really appreciate your love, your caring, and your guidance towards my business and my life in general since I met you. I am grateful to you, Mommy, and I love you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. We just have a little short interlude, and we're going to go to the next part of the program. Thank you, each and every last one of you. Thank you.
This is my mentor, and I'm here to do this. What a lovely day, what a lovely thing. So on behalf of the Global Cluster, I present this Global Flame Award to you. For all you do, I pray God that I've been helping you continue to help you. Keep it up. You will not fall. You will not falter. Thank you. And God bless you.
Those two master's degrees, one in English and an MBA in marketing. He is currently working on a doctorate degree at the university. Please let me welcome him to the floor. Please come, sir. Please put your hands together for our moderator for today. He is currently working on a doctorate degree at the University of Lagos. Thank you, DJ. He holds diplomas in digital marketing management, computer, public relations, and security studies. Before setting up his company, he worked at Nigerian Affiliates of American Strategies and FTI Consulting. He was group head of public relations and marketing communications at StarTimes Pay TV. In consulting roles, he has coordinated campaigns for top brands like Natura Chemicals, Tutor EMP, Total Nigeria, PLC, ExxonMobil, Pan Ocean Oil and Gas, and many more. He is a member of many professional associations, including Nigeria Institute of Public Relations, Nigeria Institute of Management, Association of Nigerian Authors, and Nigerian College of Investigative Journalists, among others. He hails from Lagos State, and he is the founder of SOSA, a non-profit organization dedicated, to curbing drug abuse and promoting tech skills acquisition among youth. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Bolaji Israel, our moderator.
Say a big congratulations to all of us at the Global Clusters. It's so exciting to see that just in 1 year, there is a lot that can be done. A round of applause for the Global Clusters, please. And I really want to personally thank God for His grace on the visionary and the founder, a very good friend, a partner, wonderful gentleman, Dr. Adekunle Badmus. A round of applause for him, please. And I also like to say that the theme of this program is very apt and very, very relevant. Rooted, rising, and relevant. Another round of applause for that, please. So without taking so much of our time, we'll be going quickly into the discussion. And I believe that we're ready, and we might have our very eminent personalities and experts here who will be doing justice to the discussion today. But just to set the tone, essentially today we are looking at nation building. So we'll be looking at the role of what I call the MMSA. So the mindset, the mentorship, the skill, the influence, and relevance. So the role of all of this in nation building. So that's what we'll be discussing this afternoon. So in no particular order, let me begin to welcome here my panel of discussion. The first person I'll be inviting is Ashley Emmanuel, the co-founder and CEO of Semicolon. Ashley, you're welcome. The next person I'll be inviting I was looking at time, just so that we can catch up quickly, but I've been advised to read the profile. Ashley Emmanuel is the co-founder and COO of Semicolon, a company that is enabling Africa's digital transformation by building tech-focused talent and businesses. She coordinates Semicolon's delivery of innovative solutions related to education, talent management, digital advisory, and implementation services, as well as venture building. Ashley has 2 decades of experience delivering impact-focused work in locations worldwide. She started her career in management consulting with IBM Global Business Services. Before joining Semicolon, Ashley was CEO of EFINA, Enhancing Financial Innovation and Access, an organization that drives inclusive finance in Nigeria through research, advocacy, capacity building, and innovation. In this role, Ashley supervised leading research and engagement on financial sector innovation in Nigeria, and she oversaw the delivery of EFINA's Innovation Fund. Once more, can we put our hands together for Ashley? The next person I'll be bringing to this side of the table is an administrator by excellence. She's an educationist. She's a trainer. I'll read through her profile. Dr. Mary Odedare is a passionate educationist. She's a transformative leader, a vocal advocate for quality private education in Nigeria. She currently serves as the chairperson of the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, NAPS, Oyo State, where she currently leads with vision, integrity, and a deep commitment to educational excellence. With decades of impactful service in the education sector, Dr. Dedari has championed the cause of school proprietors, advocated for conducive policies, and promoted the growth of private education as a vital partner in nation building. Our leadership has strengthened the voice of private school owners across the states, uniting them around professional standards, innovation, and collaboration. Beyond our administrative excellence, she's also the founder and director of Ambassadors Schools, a thriving educational institution where she models the value of discipline, diligence, and holistic child development. Dr. Odedare is widely respected for her poise, her strength, and unwavering belief that education is the most powerful tool to shape the future. True mentorship.
And it's also the reason why I always had the intention of bringing my family back as well, because that is what happened to me. So shout out to my mother. You guys have seen her multiple times. Michelle Jacqueline Bako, for sparking that idea. As an American, she was the one that pushed that we stayed in Nigeria. Believe it or not, as an American, she pushed that. And so I'm just duplicating the system that I see work for me. I want my children to have that same experience. But as far as when it comes to the topic, a nation changer, when I think about nation changer, it sounds really big. It sounds colossal. It sounds like a tidal wave, nation changer. So, for me, I think it's all about understanding, what things actually are. So, for instance, like, what is a tidal wave? It's an accumulation of ripples in the ocean, So, every single person inside of this building, anytime you think of something, look at that as a ripple in the ocean. We are all units of a whole. We are all one ocean. And then when you have a certain wave that can accumulate with other waves, over time, with momentum, it becomes a tidal wave. And so that's what I think when I think of a nation changer. I don't think of it as an individual person. I think of it as a collection of a whole, a group of people that are thinking in an aligned way. We think the same way, we move the same way, and because we're moving together in unison and in rhythm and in flow, because that is life. Everything in life is rhythm and flow. And because we move in the same rhythm, we're able to create a tidal wave. And that is what I think about when it comes to nation changer. If you want to be a nation changer or be associated with a nation changer, we have to, birds of the same feather flock together. We have to get around like minds, people that have the same vision, the same thought process, people that have the same habits, because success is all based off of the little things that you do. It's not so much the massive things, which most people think, but it's the little things. And when we all move together as one, as a collective, that is how we change a nation. So that's what I would think when it comes to nation changer. That's what I think. That's my thought process.
Thank you very much for your thoughts. Thank you. I will just move on to Dr. Mary. So, Doctor, I know that when we look at the idea of nation building, there are so many things, as you have said, that we can begin to think of. But for you, what are the critical materials that you think are very relevant, in nation changing or for a nation changer, as it were? Is it more of skill? Is it a mindset or influence? What are the critical elements that we need?
Thank you so much, the moderator. I want to start by giving thanks to God Almighty, who has given us today. God is one thing to determine to do a thing. It's another thing for God to permit. So for God that have permitted us, I give glory to Him. I want to appreciate our CEO, our President, Ambassador Badmus Adekunle. First and foremost, I can see in him a prophet of our time. My prayer has always been that all that God has deposited inside him, he will release everything before leaving this space. And as God will be helping you, I still pray you will not fall. Giving me this opportunity, I will not take it for granted. So I want to say thank you, sir. I'm not taking it for granted. Coming back to your question, but even before I attempt that, I would like to quickly say something to what the first speaker just said. When we talk about nation building is an act of effecting a change. But in this way, positive change in a nation. And when you talk about nation changers, this to me means a group of people with positive mindset. People that have discovered that things are not going the right way in a nation, and they come together to effect a positive change, a lasting positive change, to me, they are nation changers. And I'm not talking about the ingredients or tools to be used in effecting that. You have rightly mentioned them. You talk about mindset, it's one of the tools. You talk about influence, cannot be taken out of it. You talk about skill, we need it seriously. And mindset, as we all know or see it, when the ambassador was talking the other time, he said something that our thoughts, everything in life starts from the thought inside of you. In most cases, as human beings, it is when we see things happening that we do take cognizance of the happenings. We we do forget that before this, there will have been some thought processes. And so when we talk about the instrument, ingredient, or tools needed to effect a change in a nation, your mind first. Everything comes from our mind. For you to know, if a hand robber, we want to go out to rob, you will not just put on whatever and go out. They will sit, navigate their ways, plan. That's the thinking process. And the situation we find ourselves this day, talking about Nigeria as a good study, is a problem of our minds. And that's why we are giving this serious clearing call that if the mind can be changed, if you can work on our mind, if you can be positive in our thinking, honestly, within a very short time, all these problems we're encountering will go. An average American, like I was told, when they wake up any day, peeping through the window, the first thing they will say is, God bless America. That's not just coming. It's just because of the way they are programmed their mind. The same thing we are saying to us, Nigerians, Africans. The meeting of today, merriment out of it. The main purpose is building our nation. Let's right the wrong. Let's checkmate the anomalies. I tell you, we'll be out of it. Let me rest my case. All of that.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mary. We really delved into the heart of the issue. And two things that you've established: the mindset and then the personality. So if we're talking about nation building, it has to be about the mind and the person. So what would you consider your defining moment? I know you are into tech. I mean, what time would you describe or consider your very nation building defining moment? And if you can relate to nation building.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you again. It's a pleasure to be here. And I want to really congratulate everybody who's been involved in establishing, supporting in one way or another the global clusters on this important occasion. And I'd also like to congratulate again the award winners and everybody else who's participated. Sounds like it's been a pleasure to learn more about this program. So to your question about nation building, I would say that I've always been focused on positive impact in my career. I think that maybe there were a few moments, probably starting from university, that helped me think about ways to do that, and I think I saw some good models. So for example, I took an enterprising leadership course taught by a man named Tony Brown, which really the goal was learning. We were students in the university, but the method was something called service learning. The idea being that if you're a leader, really the way to become a leader is by impacting others positively, but also we can learn a lot by doing something positive in our communities. And I loved that model, and it's something that now that I'm running programs, training and teaching and coaching others, I've also drawn from. But I think so I learned a lot through that reflection in that course. I would also say when I was in university, I was volunteered at a local community center where children were tutored after school. And this was in US as well, in a city called Durham, North Carolina. I was at a university called Duke, and Durham has these great, strong neighborhood communities. And this center was founded by a woman who was a grandmother, and she was not tall, like in stature, she's not big, but she was one of those really mighty women. I had heard stories of her chasing drug dealers off her porch with a baseball bat at some point, and she saw that there was a need for more opportunity for young people in her community, and transformed, I think it might have been her house, but she found a house and turned that into a community center, and she was running it despite challenges, limited resources, etc. And I think seeing models of people like that. She did not come from a position of wealth or a lot of social kind of traditional markers of influence, but seeing how much she could do just because she had that mindset and really, really proactive approach. And she mobilized the community and really transformed the lives of many children in her and me. She was very influential in my life as a volunteer, somebody who had the privilege of passing through. So there have been many more instances after that, but I would say I think that that was probably the stage in my life when I began, that was very formative for me. And when I had the opportunity to first come to Nigeria in 2010 as part of a program called Corporate Service Corps through my company at the time, IBM, I fortunately met my husband on that trip and was able to then move back to Nigeria after we got married, and he and I have subsequently worked to kind of multiply that impact. Previously for me in the nonprofit sector, and now running a social enterprise that's training software engineers, building innovators, but really focused ultimately on job creation.
Thank you very much. Thank you. What mindset shift do you think is most needed to make that change happen, Dr. Shane?
Thank you very much. Thank you to the organizer, Dr. Badmos. This is awesome, and we should have more of this because it's going to change the dynamic and put Nigeria, in a better state. Thank you very much. The youth, yes, we have. God has blessed Nigeria with all natural resources, anything you can just think of. We have the population, we have the very good weather, we have the youth population, we have very vibrant youth, and we have the climate. We have never experienced landslides or maybe volcanic eruption or nothing. So that shows that something is missing. So for me, nation building starts with a shift, in the mind. Shift from either collective or individual consciousness. You want to build a nation, you must move from where you are to the new level, the next level. I remember when we started, my partner is here in 2010, we sat and we said, we must change the dynamics. And where are we starting from? Okay, let's see how to make impact, let's see how to create value, let's see how to bridge the gap. Not about the money, you know, we have to take out the transactional aspect, because if the money is there, you are looking at the money. At the end of the day, if the money is no longer there, you might burn out or just lose the passion to drive, the drive to move. And so for the youth, what we do as a conglomerate, we have about 2,000 of them we are managing, and every day we see how to move them from where they are to the next level. And one thing that stands out for me is that as a youth, you must seek how to educate yourself, because knowledge is power. You know, as a nation, our government must seek how to work on our curriculum, you know, make sure that we adapt with the West, you know, and see what works. You know, look at what works there and see how to improve on what we currently have. Also, we must seek out to have you know, a shift of the mind, because the mind is also very important, because everything starts and ends, you know, from there. I read the book, The Secret. Someone said there that the mind, everything starts and ends from there. Your thoughts become things, and you want to achieve anything in life, it starts from your thought. And the ambassador actually corroborated that as well in his speech. So you need to work on the mind, your mind. You must have the abundance mentality, you know, that is moving from the survival state to the, you know, the state you like to be, you know. Actually, you might start from the very rough level. We started from very low, rough and tough terrain. I remember when we were in Mushin in those days, you know, and it was a very tough terrain, you know, when we were hawking and selling bread on the streets of Mushin in those days. But we had, you know, the belief that, okay, it is possible, abundance mentality, how to solve problems, you know, because when God created us, He gave us an assignment. He said, go to the world and multiply the world. Go to the world and replenish the world. But when we all got here, we all forgot about that. We are all sent here to make impact. That's one of the reasons why we are here. We are all here to become somebody that, you know, look at what Martin Luther King Jr. did. He said, I have a dream that one day, now today, what he had, the dream he had, millions of people are enjoying it. See what Lee Kuan Yew did in Singapore. He is now known as the father of the modern Singapore. Even Atatürk in Turkey, when he came to power, he changed everything. And today, in Turkey, he is known as the father of the modern Turkey. So everyone seated here can start that shift. And for me, it starts from the mind. You see, our youth are very vibrant. They are hardworking. How do you know that? When they travel out of the country, you see the way they work. You know, they're working and, okay, look at what we are exporting now in the creative industry, in the fashion industry. You know, we look at what we are exporting. You know, our artists, look at those who are, you know, those who are in the Afrobeat, you know, the creative, and see what they are doing because of what, in the sport as well. So they are very hardworking, they are very resilient, you know, they know how to go all out. But we just need, all hands must be on deck, everybody must come together and see, okay, what is it that I can contribute to my nation? John F. Kennedy said, don't ask your country what your country will do for you. The question should be, what am I going to do for my nation, for my country? And that's the standpoint. If you can start from there, you can move and scale to any level in life. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your submission. Let's move back.